Okay, so now this is Hanny versus some dude. Gnosis. Alright. So, we have Terran versus Protoss on Desert Oasis. So, what do we know about Desert Oasis? We know we have a back entrance here. We know that the natural isn't super easy to defend. Like, it's pretty... No, the ramp is relatively large, but it's... No, there's a choke point here, but it's not super close. I guess it is kind of a... I guess it is as easy as it's gonna... Or, it's as easy a location to defend as any other, I guess. But it's, the third base especially, though, that's when you definitely put yourself out on a limb. Either third that you take, usually this one's the, this shape is the natural third for the left player, and this one's the natural third for the right player. Just the shape that it makes. It's more, more natural. But it really doesn't matter, like, that's just, like, that's the way it's supposed to be, but, psh, when has StarCraft ever cared about, the natural crap? So if we look at the APM, let's see, Henny has less than his, or slightly more than his opponent on average, but he's a slacker. Yo, Henny, just a note, when you see the Terran building a barracks right there, just attack him with your probe, and either he has to get some extra SCVs to defend, or he loses the SCV. And you can just bait them early game. It's just more of an annoyance thing, but you know, every little bit helps. That's what they usually do with drones, but probes are even better just because their shields regenerate so fast. But yeah, like, don't even bother to try to chase this guy back or anything. Just harass. Alright, so we got a gateway going up right there, so I'm just making it for like a fast expansion, or at least that's what he's thinking. We'll see. This is a decent choke point to hold things. I mean, it's not that much different from the ramp. It's like a few pixels larger, but yeah, when you're dealing with Terran, which is primarily a ranged army, those few extra pixels don't make a huge difference. It's when you're dealing with Protoss and Zerg, when you're dealing with melee units, that those little spaces that units can sneak in definitely make a bigger difference. So as we can see, Henny's opponent is spamming the fuck out of his APM. Either that, or he's just really into building that one supply depot, whatever. Okay, so Henny, let's see, what's he got underway? Production, he's got a forge, a simulator, Zealot, and his opponent's building his first tech lab and another barracks, right? Let's check this out. Okay, so from Henny's point of view, he hasn't scouted much. He has no idea if his opponent's getting extra refineries. He's got no idea if he's already got an orbital command. No idea if he has anything checking this back. He doesn't know all that much about the base. The probe hasn't really been all that useful. I mean, he's worked in a few things, but it said Zealot's stuck. Oh, Henny, how embarrassing. Is he stuck? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, never mind, he's not. Looked like he might have been. I was completely wrong. Just ignore what I just said. Okay, I do that. So we got the second barracks going up. He's going tech lab. So as you can see, like, just with off the one refinery, it's probably a safe bet that he's just going to keep going barracks units. Probably be in Hanny's best interest to just get speed lots. I guess that's honestly that's really all you need to counter Marines and Marauders. Just need to watch out for that concussive shell and stim pack combined. But for the most part, Zealots are so powerful, especially with a big group of them. Stalkers will help, but I think Stalkers are a bad matchup for the Marauders. So I think just personally, I think Zealots are a good choice for that. If you can get the speed upgrade. Otherwise, they're basically useless. And until then, Stalkers are a better choice. It really, yeah, it just depends on how you play with your army, how comfortable you are with micro and macro and all that crap. The Cybernetics card, Cybernetics 4 going up for Stalkers and everything. He's got. Let's see, is there anything that just says like everything he has, like just units? No. What about buildings? Resources. No, income spending. Like, the spending tab is sort of a really bad indication of exactly what you spend money on, but it doesn't break down where this money's coming from. It could be more specific, but that's just nitpicking. Okay, so the army values are pretty similar. Income harvesters, the Hanny's got a 6 harvester lead, but the incomes are not that off just because of the mules are so powerful. That's one thing I never got used to. Okay, so he's moving out here. I don't know if he's going to attack or break down some rocks, or we'll see. This isn't a huge force. It's 300 minerals, the Marauders, and then 200 minerals for the Marines. But Hanny doesn't have that much either. He just has the 3 Zealots and 1 Pylon. So we'll see. I do like how he takes the natural expansion first though, but it does split up his buildings. But it's usually not a big concern unless your building's going to get wiped out, in which case, yeah, those Zealots are going to want to run. Now what? Like, look, he didn't even get through his shield by one Zealot. So pimp, so boss. Let's see. One risky maneuver you might want to try out Hanny. Actually, yeah, this is risky just because it would suck, but because I'm so used to Zerglings just because they're a little bit faster. But I try to, if I'm trying to bait my opponent in, trying to squish him, to prevent him from just retreating and move attack A, I move my Zerglings out a little bit, just around the map. I just wait until he comes in, and then just try to squish, come from whatever direction. But you just can't really do that with Zealots. So Hanny's just chilling out here. Chilling out, relaxing, all cool. His opponent's not doing a good job of harass. He's just chilling out there. So they got Stim Pack. I wonder if that just finished. Nice shield, Hanny. Super. I don't mean to be a dick. That was just a funny shield. Alright, let's see. So just going pure T1. He's getting a factory though. So that basically just contradicts exactly what I just said. So he's going pure T1, but he's starting to move upwards. He's trying to upgrade. And he's going straight to Starport, whether that's for Medivacs or Banshees. We'll see. Let's see what Hanny's doing. See, I much prefer to look at it just from the player's perspective because generally when you just go E all the time, you're like, oh, well, he should just know that he's going, 4 barracks. He should just know that he's going to Starport. It's like, well, that, a lot of the time, or at least for me anyway, you're sort of operating blindly. And, you're just going to learn to deal with that. So, he's kind of immortal. Again, but he's not a very mobile force if you look at it. He's got, what, 9 units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 9 units versus this sort of blob. The gateway's going to be able to soak up damage, but he's just going to be able to keep poking. There's the bonus up front. Nice, that was a good shield. Nicely done. Yeah, took down a lot of his stuff, but he lost a few things himself. If we look at the unit loss tab, he's definitely lost more, so some good exchanges by Hanny. I don't know why he just did that scan. He's just like, I want to make sure they haven't moved. Yeah, Hanny's got that rock checked out, which is good. Observer's just going in, see what's going on. So he's going to see the starport, and he's going to see that there's no tech lab, no reactor. So he hasn't really decided whether he's going just Viking Medivac or Banshee, or he hasn't really made any decision. But Hanny's got his second base going up very shortly, going a ton more gateways. Ooh, missile turret or just scan? Or yeah, missile turret. Usually, like, I find observers are such a pain to just see on the map. They're such a good scouting unit. Observers are great observers. That's right, I said it. Okay, so robot facility, still just building this thing. Warp prison, so he's probably going to go for harass pretty soon. Dropship harass. I wonder if they have the same idea, actually. I wonder if Gnosis is planning on doing some dropship harass. Complete. So he's building reactors, so yeah, probably dropships. So let's see, he's getting more missile turrets. Complete. A little torn on that. Whatever. He can do what he wants. The way I view it, like, you want unit-based defense, but fixed defense is useful if you use it intelligently. I mean, there's a lot of units that are just incredibly great if you use them intelligently. The way I view it, there's no truly terrible decisions if you basically understand how this game works, but you can make poor decisions that just result in a very minimal gain for a lot of loss, and you want to create exchanges that. Did he see that? You want to create exchanges that are you gain more than you lose. Yeah. As I told Henny before, I view games as sort of a business. That's all about it, it's gains and losses. And the way I view it, like when you make mistakes, it's not so much that you're doing this epic screw up, it's just that it's costing you. And that's just the way, that's a better way to look at it, rather than like, oh man, I suck with my macro. Just be like, okay, well it's costing me, my poor macro, it's costing me. Okay, so we have the Medivacs, which is pain in the ass. And it's just chopping them up, they're running away, going to the 300 minutes, but He doesn't have many limits. He just he's just surviving. But just Zulats and starting. Extremely hardcore. You basically just broke through there, and just to add insult to injury, you just take down the rest of the stuff really quick. So yeah, this is pretty one-sided. Yeah, I've got tons of money. I don't know what the other guy was spending on. Maybe just catching up too quickly. I don't know. Terran is there's a fine balance between good playing and awful playing. Just the sense of rhythm, sense of pacing, sense of balance. Yeah, those medevacs can't even keep them alive if they wanted to. They can't beam them to help quickly enough. Not to handle the Z-Lock, so that's pretty much over. Just destroy these entire base. Game over, man. Game over. So yeah, we'll reveal it again.